Say like I used to tell her that I was like, there is 8 billion people on this planet. I guarantee you there is a shit ton of great women, even if they're in other countries,
Oh
because
yeah.
this country's lost their way. So I'm like, these women that are trying to be alpha women, like you've kind of lost your sense because that's not where it's at. You know what I mean? Like you need
Like
to learn how to be a woman again.
it's okay to like want to be like independent and like boss bitch all you want, but like don't tear other people down. You know what I'm saying?
I think there's a difference between that and like what I was saying earlier with like Brian when you mentioned traditional. The first thought that came to my mind was authority. And like you said, Nick, in a especially between men and women, there is an unspoken society has tried to say that there's nothing, there's no, they're all the same, be equal. We're not fucking equal. Number one. Number two, number two, like you said, Brian, these women want alpha men, but then when they get an alpha man, they can't handle it and they call it toxic because men and women have different capabilities and each has to let each other have that authority within the realms of what they're naturally designed for.
Right.
And then when women try to fucking overstep and these women that want to use men for work or to do things for them but don't want to respect them, how can you be a respected woman if you're not respecting the man that you're with? You know?
Well, absolutely. One of the things I realize is that, a lot of the women come in and they come in with these hard fucking fast rules. Like you need to do this and be this and be this and be this, right? So supposedly they have boundaries, but then we come in and we're like, wait a minute, like this is what I'm telling you, like this is the way I lead, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing. Like I said, I walk with integrity, I fucking like handle business, I do what I gotta do. I'm gonna take
Right.
care of you and love you, but at the same time, like you need to understand that I am leading this show. And then like you said, Nate, it's like all of a sudden it's toxic. And I'm like, that's not the case, man.
Yeah, at least in how we've been programmed in with the Western world, as soon as the man starts to set the boundaries, then it's all of a sudden, whoa, 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 buddy. You
Hmm.
Oh
know,
God forbid you put your fucking foot down.
Absolutely.
it's
Oh
that's
my God,
why.
you raised your voice at me. How dare you? Even though I've been like raising my voice and literally bashing you the entire fucking time. Yeah, thanks.
But that's why in a relationship it takes two people to make it work. You have
Yes.
to, like, if you have a lady who thinks that she's alpha, let some shit go down, and all of a sudden you don't want to be alpha anymore.
Yeah. Or the moment something bad happens, they call you up like, "Oh my God, I'm scared." Oh, okay. Well, let me try to calm you down and lead you through it. You know.
But the
Absolutely.
bottom line is it comes down to respect.
Well,
Yeah,
that's the
exactly.
problem. Most
And
women
that's what
don't
I'm
respect men.
exactly. Well, again, why? Because we just talked about that off camera. Like
Yeah.
because the feminist movement went so far to one side that basically all men are shit, right? And we're all like supposed to nowadays, according to the feminist movement, we're all supposed to be these little bitch men that don't say anything, and we're just like, okay, honey, what do you want? And I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I will love you and respect you and give you greatness, but I'm telling you right now, I'm still a fucking leader. I have a very alpha personality, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna lead. I'm gonna lead the show. It doesn't mean I'm not gonna bring you into it and say, hey, like, let's talk together. But at the end of the day, I'm fucking leading.
Yeah.
That's it.
The last thing I can tell you right now, I'm very rebellious, especially when it comes to being told shit and what to do. The moment I get any sort of disrespect, being like, "You need to do this, you need to do that," I'll be like, "Shut the fuck up. No, I don't need to do shit. How about worry about yourself
Nick, when's your birthday, dude?
today?"
Today?
Yeah.
It's his
Oh, happy
birthday.
happy birthday, dude. Happy
Thanks,
birthday.
guys. Appreciate it.
Birthday
I was gonna.
episode.
Oh, see, I was gonna say. So what sign are you?
Pisces.
Oh, okay. Are you a fire sign? I don't remember if Pisces is a fire sign or
I'm
not.
a Pisces Aries rising, as far as I know. I don't know. I don't really know this shit. I had someone do that for me, and I'm Aries
Well,
rising for
yeah.
Pisces.
Because
I,
I've had mine too, and I know I have like a cancer moon or something like that. But I know that I'm like Sagittarius, like in a lot of places, and like Sagittarius is all about like, dude, leadership, entrepreneurship. Like we don't take shit. We don't want to be told shit. And I'm telling you right now, like in every profession I've ever been in, EMS, law enforcement, whatever, I ruffle feathers all the time. I was like, yeah, you're not gonna tell me what to do because you motherfuckers are idiots. So let's
yeah, and you got weak ass arms.
yep, exactly, exactly.
like that, like that, like that short of when your boss tries to tell when management tries to tell you what to do, but none of them lift.
Hey, wait, was it Arnold yelling at them? You fucking with
Yeah,
your arms.
Yeah, yeah.
And you little cocksucker.
That's a good point. Like talking about the differences between men and women. Men, we're actually pretty fucking simple. We're
Yeah.
actually more simple than women even understand.
Dude,
They're
I'm pretty-
like, what are you thinking about? Nothing.
I'm pretty
Because-
easygoing, bro.
What's
Like-
wrong? Nothing.
Dude, 100%. Like literally, I don't know how many times in my past relationship where she'd be like, "What's wrong? What are you thinking about?" I'm like, "I'm not thinking about shit. I'm just living. Like I'm happy." And then the other
Right.
thing is like, and then when I say shit to her, it's like direct, right? Like not like I'm not saying like rude, but just direct. Like this is my answer. This is my whatever. And then she's trying to read into something, and I'm like, I'm literally fucking black and white and telling you, like, this is my fucking answer. Like, when I answer you, it's with confidence. Like, this is what I'm telling you. This is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm doing. And then it's like, well, I think there's more. I think there's this. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, like your fucking brain,
Dude,
you know?
Dude,
Here we
that's
go
another
again.
that's another part of the fucking problem. Is that they've been trying to program us to be so fucking wishy-washy with shit. Like so last night my daughter was like I guess she was telling a joke, but I don't know if she was seriously asking the question or whatever. But she was like, if you tell a blind person to watch something, is that ableist? And I'm like, what the fuck is ableist? So but her question was, would the person that said that to the blind person, would that be ableist? And I was like, no, they'll just be stupid. Like, why are we creating words? Why are we creating more words than what we need? It's like that political. It's like political correctness. It's like, it's not. Why do you have to put a term on everything? It's just dumb, you know.
Dude, it's
I mean,
all
Nate, you don't want to put like him, his, and all that nonsense, dude, you know?
Fuck
Yeah.
Like,
no.
dude.
As soon as the fucking army started doing that shit, I was glad I was
There you
getting out.
go. You push the
I was
button.
like, no, fuck
Yeah.
that. This is not the place for it.
Dude, I'm telling you, like with my ex, like I would see on her, what did I see it on? I don't know what it was. It was like something she had up. It was like on her laptop, and it was something with like, and she works for the city, right? And it was like her name, and then it was like her something, and I'm like, why are you putting that in there?
Dude,
That's the most fucking retarded thing. Like, we know you're a her. Like, fucking no shit. What do you have to? You have to specify that? Like,
dude,
oh
it's,
my
it's
God.
It's all a part of the manipulation to make everyone weaker and dumber.
But no, bro, it's like I can tell that you're a fucking chick. I can see your tits, you know. Fuck off with that shit. I can tell you're a dude. You have a fucking whatever. It's like, okay, cool. We don't need to know your fucking. No, not saying that. We don't need. In other words, we don't need to fucking know your pronouns. We don't. I don't give a fuck. You're a human being. At the end of the day, you still matter. Fucking don't need to throw that shit in my fucking face. All right.
Well, that's my thing. Is like, I'm okay with like, I don't care like the fact that we have like transgender and stuff like that's cool. Whatever, do what you want to do. It's your choice. But like, and I don't care if you're gay, straight, whatever. Like, dude, I love everybody. But my thing is why do the rest of us have to start like doing these goofy things to supposedly like specify this stuff? Like it's literally a bunch of nonsense that people created to like just put us into this state where what does it do though? It puts us all against each other. At the end of the day, it's like oh you're not into that. Like I'm it's like dude the more I listen to myself talk. And I'm like, I don't know what I was doing in the last relationship. I was like, I want to slap myself sometimes, I'm just like, my God, like ridiculous.
Dude, all the shit like when you realize like you look at your past relationships and you're like you show how much like you should be proud of yourself though because of how much restraint you had and like how patient you were. I'll say that.
Oh, dude, I was fucking over a year and a half of restraint where I was
Brother,
just like,
yeah. See, that's
oh my
strength,
God.
my friend. That is strength. Like how much patience you have and how much restraint you have without fucking yelling at them. That's a lot.
Well, that's
Especially with all the bullshit, fucking back and forth, dumb shit that would happen. You're like, oh my fuck.
Well, that's the whole point. Is that on the flip side, to play devil's advocate on this?
Yeah.
If you're a shitty man and you're getting treated like crap and you're not this goes both ways, right?
Right. Just don't be shitty.
If you're being a shithead, you're gonna get treated like a shithead.
Right. It's easy. Just don't be a fucking asshole. It's that simple for men and women.
And I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with you with the fact that yes, definitely be a man of integrity and like and be a great man, right? A good man. But the thing is that's what I'm saying though. It's like, you can be a good man And like we said, it's like a woman will say, "I want a good man." Okay, so you have a good man. He gives you everything that you would think a woman would want, right?
Right.
And then what happens is they either can't handle it or they get bored with it. And then the other thing but the one thing I realized in relationships too though is a person that's used to chaos, like when they have someone that's got their shit together, they have no idea how to deal with it because it
No,
seems
if they have a
boring.
peaceful partner.
It seems boring to them because they're like,
Right.
wait, because they're always waiting for the other shoe to drop because that's what they're used to their whole life. So it's like at the end of the day, they're just like, oh well, yeah, it's peaceful. This doesn't seem normal. Well, because you've had nothing but chaos your whole life.
Right. You want that. Yeah. And it's almost like they go seeking that trauma or that chaos because that's what they're used to. And then they
Well,
self sabotage themselves.
it's
100%. It's
And then
protection.
years
Yeah,
later, they'll look back and be like, oh my God, that guy was very sweet to me. How dare I fuck that up? Yeah, no shit.
yeah.
but
Because if they don't heal their shit, and this
Right.
is why I tell people in general. One of the things I've learned is like you have a couple choices. Either you heal your shit and then go into a relationship, or you're still in the process of it. You meet a great person, and then what I've learned is if you meet a great person, the first thing you should ask that person, like people are on a first date, and they're usually like the conversation they're having is like, hey, this is my trauma, even though they don't know it. This is my trauma, this is yours, and this is what we're gonna deal with. But it should be intentional. It should be like, hey, what trauma do you have? What trauma do I have that's undealt with? And are we willing to work together, have compassion, and have patience and love? And
Right.
can we figure this out together? If not, then it's not going to work.
No, because
Period.
like I feel like that's how you gotta be in a relationship is like you gotta like because everyone goes through shit, right? And like both people should be able to accept what people have been through, especially if you love each other. You have to if you want to make it work. And if one person's not willing to do that, then it's gonna crumble and it's not gonna work ever.
well, yeah,
Which is
sometimes
like
years.
which really sucks because it's like I've had that happen to me plenty of times where I've tried making it work. And like, of course, I haven't gone through that much. Like, like, dude, I would tell you right now, like, all the girls I've really talked to and like actually like had a thing with, they've been through some really dark shit, like darker than me. Like, all I've ever gotten was cheated on, or like, just pretty much like left like nothing. Like, that's all my only trauma relationships. But girls have actually been like treated like shit. So I'm like, oh shit. Like, the girl telling me like her darkest past, like I just do my best to like try to like be kind to her and like ease her in, like just show her like, hey, you're safe. You don't have to worry about shit. But again, if they're unhealed, that pain will end up reflecting and then it ends up them self sabotaging and then it ends up them fucking hurting you because they're hurt still from that pain.
Well,
Yeah,
Full
the
because
problem, the problem too is that, see, to use a metaphor that I just thought of, I don't know why, but if you look at how we've been programmed in our society, everything is instant gratification. So everyone's just the fucking hamster running on the wheel, drinking the water. That's it, right?
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
relationship is not a hamster running on a wheel, fucking drinking water. It's the long, narrow, bumpy path. And it takes those two people to carry each other through those bumpy parts.
I will say, dude, there's no perfect relationship. The only thing that makes it perfect is how you two work together and how you two get through shit. That's it.
Yeah, it's two imperfect people willing to work on it. But
Right.
if you find yourself in a constant cycle of endless nonsense, then at some point, where do you draw that line of like, you know what? This is just crazy.
Like I said,
You know?
that's where a lot of patience comes in. But if you notice the person, like I've drawn a line now. This is my boundary now. If I notice the person keeps going back to their old ways, or they keep being wishy washy, or doing whatever, I'm done. There's no way because
okay,
they're
well,
not.
I would say, okay, well, like you guys, I think I already told you guys about like my first date with my ex, and I'm like that was a clear sign, and I was just blind. You know what I mean? Like I was like because my heart, the way my heart works, and I'm like, well, I understand. I have compassion. She's probably hurt, and so I tried to give the benefit of the doubt, which is okay, right? But then at the end of the day, dude, when your first date ends in some chaos, and then the second weekend is in chaos, and then like literally you get together anyway, and then you start having like sleepless nights because you're arguing all night, all that kind of stuff. Like,
Oh,
dude,
that
you have
sucks.
you yeah, that dude, I went through all that, and I'm like, you have to be able to just be like, I'm done. I can't do this. You know what I mean? But I should, but I look at myself, and I should have just caught it from the beginning and been like, yeah, like I understand you're hurt, whatever the case is, but I'm not willing to go through this like long journey, unless I was. of this kind of stuff. It did show me a bunch of stuff about myself, which taught me like it should mirrored stuff to me that I needed to heal, which I did heal. But at the end of the day, man, like you got to be aware of that. You know what I mean? It's like it's crazy because it's like you have to be aware of what you see in the beginning, and that's why I think if you have that conversation where you're just like, hey, first date shouldn't be like, hey, let's like go back and forth on all the shit we've been through. It's like more, you know what? This is the trauma, the trauma and the wounds I have. What traumas and wounds do you have? Like, are we willing to work through them together, or are we gonna just have a hell of a time and we don't do it? You know what I
Like
mean?
yeah, no, absolutely. Like I feel like it's good to get that shit out of the way. Like maybe not like first thing when you meet up because like that's just that's just the phase you're getting to know each other. But you got to get that shit out of the way to really understand each other. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's good the first time because the thing is like, are you willing
True.
to work on it right now, or are we gonna like go into the phase where we're like we're in love and we have that like we have all those chemicals in our brain where like everything
That's
seems
actually
great,
yeah,
and then all of a sudden you're into this deep depth of like some dark place, and it's like shit. Why did we get there, right?
right.
There's a guy Lewis Howes that has a podcast and it's called School of Greatness. He said he talks about how he went through a bunch of bad relationships because of his own shit and their shit and whatever. He kept attracting that, and then he worked on healing himself for about 3 years by himself. And he said he goes, he met his wife, and then the thing they did is the minute they got together, they didn't have sex. They went to counseling, and they built a foundation like from the get go
Mm,
before they got married, and then they ended up getting married, having a child, and then it got rid of a lot of that stuff. It got, it was a bunch of legwork to get rid of this stuff before you got too far into it, you
right.
know,
Because you wanna nip that shit in the bud when you begin. You know.
from the beginning, man. And that's the thing is like,
Because
because think about it, how many relationships start with like, of course you're infatuated with each other. Oh, let's have sex, and then that makes it fucking. You have that soul connection at that point, and then it just
right.
makes it heavier and harder to like see the truth of things because you're just basically like you're blinded by those happy chemicals in your brain. And that's what I tell people, like that whole stage of like they call honeymoon phase or I'm in love, or whatever. Not that you don't love a person, but it's more of like it's just the initial phase of like I have a new person, this is a new situation, right? It's just like when you it's like a person that's like, oh, I just won $1 billion. Like, oh my God, yes, I'm so excited. And then they go and blow it all because they fuck off, and they're just like, oh my God, that shit went away in a heartbeat, right? Because you
Yeah.
have to understand, like, there's deeper shit going on. You can't live at surface level and expect it to work out. It's not gonna happen.
Absolutely, man. Because like if you're unwilling to communicate, then it's gonna fail. So that's the bottom line. You know.
Well, that's where
Yep.
the complication lies, right? Like
Yeah. You have
it
to have
also
that. You have
takes
to have
it
tough
takes
talks.
a lot. The issue with the human existence is that a lot of people won't open up like on a first date because they don't know the person or they don't trust them yet or they're fearful of what happens if they scare them away because they're talking about that stuff.
Which
So
is
it's
which is very
a slippery
understandable. That's what
slope.
I get. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, what's crazy about that though is I think about my last relationship. The very first date, we had like a 6 hour date, which went really well, and we talked about a lot of stuff. So it seemed really good, right? It seemed really, really good. Like we were pretty open, honest, like about a lot of things. And then, like I said, I mean, I know it's like I guess you could say it's a different situation, but like, like having been in law enforcement, her dad having been in law enforcement, and then my son had just gotten to law enforcement and just had his academy, and I was like, oh, he had sent me his video of him being sprayed, like maced, because like I had been through it or dad had been through it, whatever. I was like, oh, let me show you my son, and I give her my phone, and she sees the video, and I'm thinking she's gonna see the video and then hand it back. She gets out of the video and starts like searching through my texts, and I'm like, this is our very first date. Like, what are you looking through my phone for? Like, why would you even think that's okay?
Yeah. You're not even like committed or dating or like anything. What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so it was a bit nuts, and I'm just like, that's not okay. Like, you got to
Dude.
come to a place where it's like, yeah, no, I know it was a complete red flag, and I was dumb
Yeah.
enough to be like, well, we had such a great date. Like, it'll
Dude,
probably be okay. It's like,
there was one time I was on a fucking date and I had this girl over, right? And she was getting mad at me for talking to other chicks because like she was just a friend, whatever. And I'm like, those girls are just friends, but like we're not dating. Like, who the fuck do you think you are telling me who I can and can't talk to? What the fuck? See, that's what I'm talking about, man. Like girls try to control you that way, but it's like if you're not in a relationship, you're not dating, you're not committed to each other, and you even have like your first, especially if you tell them like, hey, you know, if you don't, you know, you gotta be honest up front, which I know you were, and like every guy mostly is. Well, although some guys aren't, you know. It's like I said,
I think it's a hard statement to make because everyone's different.
yeah,
Of
it's
course.
two to tango, bro. Like I said, you know, not everyone can be like us or whoever, and you know, and like I get it, but like at the same time, who the fuck goes through the phone for the first fucking date? That's retarded.
Dude, anybody I've
It's
presented that
insecurity
to,
already.
100%. Anybody I presented it to has been like, that's a massive red flag from the get go. I was like, yeah, I know. And then by the second date, well, yeah, I had my business going, whatever. I was a little ways away. The second weekend, um, she was further away. She was like 7 hours away at a conference. I was 3 hours away from where we were gonna meet, and she was like, we'll meet on Friday, and like I'll be coming back, but you'll probably be there first. I'm like, yeah, cool. I come back to this area. My mom lives here. I tell my mom I'm going to go grab coffee. She's like, sure. My ex texts me and says, oh, where are you at? And I was like, oh, I'm in the area that my mom lived in, which is close to where she lived. And she's like, why didn't you tell me you were here or there? And I was like, I knew you were going to be further away, so I figured you would just let me know when you got home, and I'd go meet you at your house. I was like, so my mom and I were grabbing coffee. Dude, she was pissed because I didn't tell her that I was in the area earlier. And
You're hanging out with your mom.
I'm like hanging out with my mom getting coffee. I'm like, what are you mad about? Like
Dude,
that makes
when chicks get pissed off for you hanging out with your family members, that shit pisses me off. I'm like,
it
who the
wasn't it wasn't even because I was hanging out with my family member. It was just like
yeah.
because I didn't communicate to her that I was in this area at a certain time. And I'm like, do I need to tell you when I shit? I mean, like,
Yeah.
how
Hey,
much
expect the
information I
shit.
need to give you? Like, dude, like, you're fine. Like, just I told her, I go, I thought you were gonna let me know when you got home, and we're good to go, you know. And I go, it's simple communication to me. I was like, I'm here. I'm hanging with my mom. You let me know when you're home. I go there. We're good. And so,
Right.
dude, it's just so many things in that relationship was like so just like made me fucking like boggled my mind where I'm just like, this doesn't make any sense to me, you know? So crazy. So crazy.
Dude, I feel for you, man. I mean, I haven't really like I said, I'm not very controllable. Like no one, like, and I make that very clear in any relationship. I'm not controlled at all. Like they can
Well,
try, but they
dude,
don't control. Huh?
I'm not either. I'm not either.
Yeah.
I'm a like Sagittarius, like that's the thing that's what they say. They're like there are literal certain signs. I think it's like an Aries, an Aquarius, and I can't remember what it is. They're like they can deal with your like necessity for freedom.
Right.
They're like because most signs, especially so my ex's sign was a Cancer, and they're like Cancer is very, very like they need to be in control, they need to have all these things. And that's why even if you look it up in astrology, they say that Cancer to Sagittarius is like one of the hardest connections because they're like, dude, like like a Cancer wants like all this like control and security, and a Sagittarius is like, I'm fucking free. I'm gonna do what I want. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that's me, bro. Like fucking I do that in everything I do. Like I'm like, yeah, you want to control me? Yeah, have fun. Fucking like good luck. Because I'm the
Yeah.
last motherfucker you're gonna control. Like I'm the
Yeah,
last one.
yeah.
I will fight every
You
ounce of that.
should have seen him at Hotbox.
Oh yeah. Nate knows. Nate knows. Yeah, Nate saw it, dude. Hey,
What'd you do?
when I'm flipping off cameras and telling like the owners that I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want, like I literally told them when they hired me as the GM. I was like, listen, like I have like I already owned a business. I have all these visions, like I'm gonna do all these things. I was like, I literally can't have you guys on me. I can't have micromanagement. Like that was the week before you went over there, Nate. I told Danny, I was like, I cannot have people controlling me and like micromanaging me. I was like, I will run the shit out of your business and like take great care of it and baby it. I was like, but the moment you're trying to be on me, I was like, dude, like I swear to God, like I will get pissed and shut down. He's like, no, we're not gonna do that to you. We're just gonna let you do what you gotta do. And like you do, and for the most part they did. And then it was weird because then after like you came on too, then they started trying to like call and do all these things. And I'm like, dude, remember I used to tell you, Nate, you'd be there, Nate would be there, and they'd be like calling and shit. I was like, answer the phone because I'm not answering that shit. I was like, I'm ignoring them. I'm doing my shit. I was like, I don't care. Like I just did my because I'm like, just let me do what I know how to do. Like
Right. Just leave you the fuck alone.
I am fashioned to run shit and lead shit. I'm like, leave me alone. I promise you I'll make it successful. But with the moment you get on me, I will like completely shut down and be like, nope, I'm done. That's just the way I am.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I mean, honestly, like, I can take pressure, I can take heat, whatever. I don't give a shit. Like, if you want to blame me, whatever, I don't give a fuck. But don't sit there and try to tell me how to do my job when I know how to fucking do it better
Oh
than
yeah,
anyone.
no, I can take pressure all day. That's why I tell people like
Oh, yeah.
being a medic taught me how to live in the unknown every day because you don't know what you're gonna get.
Oh, absolutely, bro.
How to live in complete pressure, like someone's dying, and I have to try to make the best decisions possible to stop that. Um, but the good thing about being a medic is there was no authority above me except for me, right? So it was like you're the most educated, you're like a mobile doctor, like you need to figure it out. And I love that because it was like I will figure this shit out. Like I will make sure I do everything I can to save this person. Um, and I had nobody telling me like do this, do that, whatever. We had protocols, but I always went outside the protocols. You know, like that again, that's just me. It's like they called me a cowboy medic because they were like, you just do what you want. I was like, because I know what works, and the protocols tell me to stay within this, but I know that this med's gonna help this person that's dying, so I'm gonna use it, and I'm gonna use it accordingly. And dude, in 14 years, my medicine was never questioned by the state. And that's the thing is like so many medics have like they get pulled into court because of their medicine. Dude, I never got pulled into court because they were like, dude, my shit always worked. I'm like, just let me be. Just fucking let me do what I'm doing. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I promise you, you know.
Right.
But the moment you try to micromanage me, dude, I will fucking push back like there is no tomorrow. Like we're gonna be in war,
Yeah,
you know.
dude.
But
Honestly, bro, like when it comes to it, like when people try to like rule, like in relationships or anything, if you try to rule over me with iron fist, we're gonna have a fucking problem.
yep,
That's just guaranteed.
100%.
Friendship, family, girlfriend, wife, whatever you name it. You know, like you Nathan knows how it is. You tell me to fuck off, I tell you to fuck off. You know,
I'm the
Yeah.
same thing, dude. I'm telling
I'm
you,
like a
I'm the
mirror, baby.
same.
I'm a mirror, baby. I reflect what you give me, baby. You want to be nice to me, I'll be nice to you. If you want to be a bitch to me, I'll be a bitch right back.
Yeah, I always, I'm always like, I feel like I'm always like a fairly nice guy, but at the same time, though, dude, like I say all the time, my asshole is always like right there on just on the brink, you know.
I have a three
And
strike system. I'm very, very restraintful and very like patient, but like the moment you hit the third strike, it's done. I'm
well,
pissed.
see, I feel the same way. I feel like I really like honed in on my patience, but at the
Yeah,
same time, like what I've learned now though is like I'm very okay with bringing out some asshole just to make sure I got to get a point across. You know what I'm saying? And not because I want to do it purposely, but
right.
people act ridiculous, and so I'm just like, cool. Like now it's time for me to be an asshole, and I
But
just do it. You know? And people are like, it's funny because people are so like caught off guard by me because they're like, well, you seem like such a nice guy. I am a nice guy. I am a nice guy, but
yeah,
you're being an idiot. So I'm gonna let you know that you're being an idiot. Like
right.
that's
Just
it.
don't be an asshole. That's my rule is basically don't treat me wrong if you want to be treated right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's funny. My problem, and I don't know if this has anything to do with the fact that I'm an Aquarius, but I just, for the first, in anything, well, with everything, actually, now that I think about it, I just observe. I observe for most, that's why I'm so quiet a lot of the time. I just observe.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm
you
like,
also make a face where it's like you're gonna kill someone.
yeah, because in my mind, like Brian said,
I've killed you like
that's
10
fucking
times.
dumb. but like I think it's funny in whatever, like Brian, you and I have talked about this, with like talking about pressure.
Mhm.
Like recently I was talking with a high level person and they're like, I'm not trying to dig in, and I was like, oh, you're not digging in. And he was like, oh yeah, I am, but I'm not like trying to make it like, I don't know. And I was like, I just thought to myself, I was like, you must not know my background then, because this is not digging into me. Like this doesn't bother me at all.
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
like trying to water it. I'm like, this is not pressure in the slightest. Just like we talked about with Hotbox.
Like, dude,
Yeah.
where I used to work,
100%.
like when I used to work with the general public of downtown Burlington, which is just a bunch of druggies and a bunch of fucking weirdos and a bunch of criminals. You know, I That's where I learned my restraint. That's where I learned my patience. That's where I came up with the 3 strike rule. I'll be nice. My first interaction is gonna be nice with you. Second reaction is gonna be a little bit more nice, but a little bit more authoritative. And then the third action is like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah,
And then I'll be a dick.
I think it depends on the situation, obviously.
Right. Obviously, if you're getting physical, we're gonna get physical right back. There's no fucking holding back on that. We can play. Like I said, it's up to you. It's up to you. Like I will be passive. I will be nice. I will be whatever. But but I will give energy where energy is due. You know what I mean? Like I said, the mirror effect. You disrespect me, okay, motherfucker. I can disrespect you 10 times harder.
See,
Like a lot of
I
people.
think. Go
Sorry.
ahead. No, go ahead. No, finish up, Nick.
Like
Go
a
ahead.
lot of people see me like you know how I am. A lot of people see me as this really nice guy, and I am a very nice guy. Like I do my like I don't like to get mean. I don't like to get mad. I don't like to get whatever. Like I that's my last step. But when I get fucking mad, I get fucking pissed, and it's not good.
That's the Scottish in
So,
you.
so yeah. The part that I see that on for sure is like that's me in a relationship, man. Is
Yeah,
like I am super patient and super loving, and like I said, this last one was very like where I was like, she kept bringing forth her trauma, and I'm like, dude, this is your trauma. This is your trauma. This is your trauma, and it was just like I was just trying to like walk her through it and it wouldn't stop and then like I would pop and then guess who was the fucking bad guy?
you.
Me. Oh, me, right? But it didn't matter because I was supposed to just sit there and take this. And then like I said, in in the first part of that relationship, dude, I had never been with anybody in my life where we would be up arguing all night long for hours until like 3 4 in the morning. Dude, I went through that with her multiple times. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that is miserable. Like I told her, I was like, I've never experienced this with a person. Like we've had arguments and then we just like, hey, we're done, go to bed. We'd be up all night. And I'm like, and then I'd get up in the morning, have to go do shit, like, a couple hours later. And I'm like, this is not okay. Like, we can't do this shit. So that's what I learned. I was like, healthy boundaries. Like, I'm like, fuck you. I'm done. I'm leaving. You know, like, I'm not dealing with you. And so
No.
all of it has taught me like the Mr. Nice Guy shit is not beneficial. Like,
It's not
you
even
can
realistic.
be, it's not realistic. You can be loving, you can be caring, that's cool, whatever. But at the end of the day, hard fucking boundaries and your fucking own integrity and
See,
values have to always be spoken and be done. Period.
yeah, I'll say it also depends on the woman you're with too. Like if a woman's nice to you and like you gives the same like I said, it's all about energy. If she's nice to you, loving to you, and you're nice to her, loving to her, then it's gonna make it work. You know what I mean?
Well,
But
yeah, of course, but I'm saying, but I don't care if she was nice and loving and wanted to keep me up like all night long to talk. Like, I'm very like in the middle of daffodils and we're talking about it. I'm like, dude, we're fucking going to sleep. Like, we need to go to sleep. We have life to live. Like, I don't care like that you want to talk about this shit all night long. Like, we can probably talk tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, they got to
right,
figure out. This is the thing I tell people. There's IQ and there's EQ, emotional fucking intelligence. Learn to regulate your emotions because emotions are fucking chaotic. Learn to accept them, feel them, and regulate them, and then you won't have all these fucking problems, right? And that's
yeah,
the thing is that with a lot of women, they're just like, "Oh, my emotions," and they're fucking gone. And I'm like, well, you know what? Then we need to figure out how to fucking balance those motherfuckers out because I'm not gonna stay up all night dealing with that shit. Sorry, you know.
yeah. I mean, I mean, for me, it's a little different because like I've been really patient and like it's good to be very patient. Some depending on the situation. Like if they're starting to get disrespectful and be whatever, then it's like all right, I'm not gonna be patient with you no more. You know what I mean?
But I
Like
also think
you,
that I agree with you, but at the same time, I also think you just need to let your alpha fucking run through and just do it. And that doesn't mean being a shithead. That just
right, right.
means like, hey, like this is the deal. Like, so in my circumstance in those situations, like we're having this conflict and it's not being resolved, but it's fucking now 1 a.m. and we have to be up at 5. Like we're going to sleep. Like we're done.
Right,
It's
right,
over,
yeah, absolutely.
right?
Because you need your bed, you
And
need to
then
get
and you
rest.
set you set a boundary. You're done, and it's time to move forward. And again, when people aren't doing the work on themselves, it's not your job to regulate their shit.
Right,
And that's what I've learned. Like I tell people, my job is to regulate myself and to figure out what the fuck I'm struggling with and why I'm causing a problem, which is exactly what I learned in this relationship. I learned like what are you doing? What are you doing myself to cause a problem? Instead of me looking at her and being like, I saw her shit, but I'm like, what am I doing? Right.
Right.
And then I kept working on myself. And then when I saw her, like, which she would swear to God that she was constantly working on it, and I'm like, but you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Like, if you keep repeating the same pattern, you're not fucking working on it. If it starts to diminish, you're working on it. You know what
Right.
I'm
That's
saying?
a fact. Yeah. Yeah.
And
No, I
so
get that.
that's my point. And I'm like, so work on your own shit,
Hey, what are you
and
doing?
then everything will shift. It's just that, people just most often were like, I'm perfect and I'm gonna put it all on you. So amazing. Are you over there making out with your cat?
No, she's just looking at me meow. See this?
Yeah, you're making out with her.
Well, I need some pussy. Come on now.
I guess.
Shit. No, she's my good girl. See,
Well,
see. I already deal with women all the time. I got a yapper right here, constant.
any
Dude,
closing thoughts?
female cats like super chill.
I know. I love my. Dude, honestly, I love female cats, female dogs, bro. They're the best because
All
they're
right.
just so chill.
Next into bestiality. Got it.
No, you fucking idiot! Jesus Christ! I mean, look how cute she is, man. Can you see her?
I see the back of her head. Oh, there she is.
Yeah, she's cutie. My big girl. Yeah.
It's like I will conquer your apartment.
She
Yeah,
looks like
she is, dude. I'm telling you, bro. Anytime a girl comes over, bro, Leia is all over it, man. She's already cock blocking. She's already doing her thing, bro. I'm like, all right, and she lets them know. She lets the women know that she owns this place.
dude Leia. That was my ex-girlfriend's dog when I met her. That was her dog's name, and Leia. And she loved the hell out of me. And that dog never liked anybody. Loved the hell out of me, and then she ended up passing.
Uh-uh.
But yeah, Leia. That's funny.
Are you doing the poopy? But yeah, man. I mean, honestly, bro. Like,
Life is
like
simple. People just complicate it.
no, like, yeah, life
Dude,
is very
100%.
simple. People do
100%.
complicate it, but like at the same time, it's like
Nate,
women just
I completely agree with that. Sorry, Nick, but I completely agree with that statement because I say that shit all the time, and I used to tell my ex that I was like, "Do you know how easy life is, and humans are stupid enough to make it harder than it fucking needs to be? Because this shit could be such an easy ride and
oh,
such a
absolutely.
fun and enjoyable ride, and humans just completely fucked up."
Right. That's why I'm saying like people got to face their shit before they jump into something, man. They got to heal, and healing's
Yep,
is half the battle. It's
yep,
not most of the battle. Because if you bring that shit into a relationship, like I mean, yeah, you can find a guy who's gonna be patient. I'm a very
No.
patient guy. Trust me. I'm willing to work through it, work with you. But like, there's only so much I can take, and the moment you fucking, especially if you fuck me over, yeah, I'm done.
Well,
I
and
mean,
you also have to come to a place where you have I don't know if it's called I don't know if I would say it's an intolerance, but it's definitely a boundary where it's like, I'm not going to keep repeating the same shit. And that's the thing is
right,
I feel like in my last relationship, it was like I kept like I would be like I started really healing my stuff, really getting my shit in check, and I'm like, you see your stuff, do it, and then we'd have this like great like shit. And initially, it was only a great couple days. Then it grew to like a week, right? And I'm like, okay, cool, like we're having a great week, and then like her trauma will come up again, boom, and like because she was always waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? And so then she would do something to sabotage it, and so I'm like. We just had the most amazing. So even in like this last bit of time where we were trying to figure it out one more time, we had a whole week of greatness, and then literally that weekend, like I thought everything was amazing. I was like, dude, and I was like, this is going so well. And then the weekend, she just like boom, boom, just fucked it all up. And I'm like, and you can't blame me for this shit. I'm like, this is 100%, you, you know,
right.
110% all you. So it's like I can't do that. Like I can't because especially like I said, like I'm a dude, but I do have a sensitive heart. So my heart's like,
Right.
dude, like, what the fuck's going on? Like, fucking, like everything was great for 5 days, and you fuck it up the whole weekend. Like, what's your deal?
Yeah, like
You can't do
mainly
that.
like what I look forward to is just to have fun and just love each other. That's it. That's all
Yes,
I require.
me too. Me too. That's what I tell
I
people.
don't need extra
I want.
fucking bullshit.
Nope. I just want to have peace. I want to love each other, and I want to have fun. What you just said.
Because all
Period.
that just to me, whenever like you like especially like with women when they get with me, I'm like all the shit that happened to you in the past is in the past for a reason. Now we move forward in the future. That's it. We can
Hey,
talk.
but you
We can
but if
talk
you
about it. We can work through it. But like, you know what I mean?
but see, that's the other thing. So just one more thing I want to say on this. When my ex and I met, I remember the very first date but right before I went in, because we had talked for like 3 hours, like the day before on the phone. Went into the first date. I remember telling myself, like, I'm not going to bring up past because past doesn't exist,
Right.
right? So we get there into the date, and then I told myself that, and then she starts bringing up all this past stuff, like all this stuff. And so I've told her that. I said, imagine if we just lived in the present moment of who we were in that moment, and going forward, that's who we were. We wouldn't have had a problem. I go, but you wanted to worry about my past, and then you wanted me to know about your past, and I'm like, imagine if we just didn't know about that shit. Because like I tell people, what does it fucking matter? See, some people will be like, well, it'll help me like decide who you are. And I'm like, no, it actually won't. I was like, it's
Right.
gonna help you judge. It's gonna give you a negative judgment toward the person because people change if they want to change, right? And so that's what I told her. I was like, imagine if we would have had no context of our past and just lived in the present and just been like, this is our fresh foundation and we're moving forward. I believe in a
Basically,
relationship
yeah.
that will make it very successful because you're just like, I don't care about your past. Like if you have kids and stuff and you need to know, of course, like, oh, I have kids. Okay, fine, whatever. You have kids, cool,
Right.
great,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
But between you and I, our relationship is all we're focused on. What are we doing now? Who are you right now? What do you want right now? And
I
then
think
you build off of that. It could
yeah,
be amazing, dude.
the main thing is that people just need to grow, bro. That's it. And like, it's sad. It's not really sad, but like, growth can happen at any point in your life. Like, it doesn't matter where. People just need to grow. Like, they need to overcome their shit. And like, that's basically what I'm learning right now is growing. Everyone
Well,
should
of
do it.
course, yeah. Of course, but what I'm yeah, no, 100%. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying, yeah, exactly. Especially if you're, of course, you want to be with you want to date or be with somebody that's into growth. But like, imagine just like I said, going on a first date with somebody and being like, hey, the only thing that's important to me is us right now. Like, who are you right now? What do you want right now? It's just the current moment. Like the current moment is where we're starting to build our foundation.
No,
But
yeah, no,
most
I get
people,
completely what you're
but
saying. Yeah.
so many people go into a like first date or however many dates, and they're like, "Oh, I had this ex, and I had this like husband, and I had like all this trauma, and I had
Oh
all these
yeah.
things," and I'm like, let's just look at right now. How about right now? Like I said, I know we can go in and talk about like, hey, I've had these traumas and I've had this like shit, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, who are you right now? What do you want right now? Because the only thing you have is the present moment. The past doesn't exist. The future doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is right now. So who
Right
are you right
now.
now? So it's like, oh, I'm here right now. I want to have a good time. I want to enjoy. I want to have fun. I want to, be loving. Okay, then let's do that. And let's just grow off of that. But
Yeah.
people want to just tell their stories. And I'm like, dude. And so that's one of the things because I had actually said it going into that date. And then she started the whole other thing. I told myself going forward, dating somebody, if they come in, they're like, well, I'm like, I don't care about your past. I don't care about your story. Like, who are you today? What do you want to do right now? What
Right.
do you want? What do you want right now? That's what we're focused on. That's it. Period. Done deal. If
Right.
they don't
Like it's
like it,
always
I'm like, hey, then hit the road. No
right, and it's
problem.
always about like how the ex and all this shit was, and it's like okay.
It's always that, dude. It's always like I had a narcissistic ex-husband and I had, like this horrible mother, and I'm like, that's great. Like I get
Or
it.
whole father, whatever you
Yeah,
did.
yeah, but I'm like, that's great. Like, okay, cool, but who are you and what do you want right now?
Right. What are your goals? What are
That's
your ambitions? What do you
that's
want to do in life?
like, what's your vision for life right now? Like, so even for a relationship, what's your vision for a relationship right now? What do you
Yeah.
expect from it? What do you want from one?
Right.
That's
And
it,
then they
you
and then
know?
they end up wanting you to be like a millionaire, playboy, whatever the fuck, and you're like, okay, that's unrealistic. Get the fuck out.
I don't care. I'll be that
There's a
anyway, but
Bugatti.
I'll be
Yeah, they
that
want
anyway.
you. Facts. They want you to be fucking
They want you to be a soy boy,
yes
frappe
dear.
drink, fake ass lumberjack.
Yeah, no, they want you to drink a yerba mate and fucking curl your hair or some shit.
A what?
Well, yeah,
Yerba
the
mate.
yerba mate, that drink. It's because it's just that, it's just nowadays they're just like
I don't even
they
know
don't
what that
want
is.
any.
No, they want
We
you to have
don't
a
want.
man bun too. Man bun, man bun.
They don't want you to have any alpha in you, dude. You know, like don't be tough.
Or
But
you
you
know
know
what
what?
gets?
But you know what though? But I'm gonna tell you,
Huh.
like I said in the beginning of the podcast, the women with the original values, they do want that.
Oh yeah, and there's actually a lot of them out there. You just gotta find them.
There's a ton of them, dude. There's a ton. No, you don't gotta find them. They'll come to you.
Yeah.
Be that energy, and you will attract them.
What was I
Like you'll
saying?
you'll
What did I?
show up in places where they are. Period.
Right, right. Like what I said in the post I made the other day. It was about like just be like the like when you see a butterfly, don't capture it. Let them come to you or some shit, something along that line.
Well, the thing is that I've learned, like David Hawkins. I've told Nate about this author before. Dr. David Hawkins. He has a
Fucked
book,
up my own
Power.
quote, but
Dr. David Hawkins has a book, Power versus Force, and he talks about it. Like true power is letting shit come to you, being a essence and letting shit come to you. Force is trying to make shit happen. See, this is why I tell people with
can't
relationships.
force it.
You have all these people on fucking dating apps like, I need to find somebody, I need to find somebody. Why don't you just become the version of yourself that you fucking like want to be, and then you'll attract the quality of people you want naturally. You'll show up in places and situations and things synchronistically by the universe and get the people you want. You know? It's
Yeah,
literally that simple, but people are just trying to always control and make shit happen. I'm like, just fucking be the person you want to be and the person you want to attract, and like, fucking, you'll get it, man. You know,
yeah.
it's super simple.
That's where I stand, brother. I'm with you on that, 100%. But basically, closing thoughts, Nathan.
No, if you yeah, I agree. If you look for things in chaos, you're going to attract chaos.
Right,
If
you,
you
you
look
can't
for
do that.
things in if you look for things in positive energy and peace, then that's what you will have. And
Right.
that's not just
Absolutely.
with relationships, that's with everything.
That's life.
Yeah.
That's my thing on it.
I always
That's
try to
life.
bring peace and positivity anywhere I can, man. Even relationships, even people's friends, whatever. I try to do whatever I can for people, man. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But it's like leading a horse to water. You can't make them drink. They gotta want that
Nope.
themselves.
I always tell people you can plant the seed, but fucking they have to water it. So
Yeah.
that's all it is.
Well, if y'all like this episode, like and subscribe, share, comment down below, and we'll catch you in the next one.